Hey everyone, David C. Anderson from the Knife Center, coming at you from Las Vegas for SHOT Show 2022. We're here in the Buck Knives booth with the man himself, CJ Buck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. Well,
what do you want to see?
CJ's here to tell us about the cool stuff.
All right.
It's all cool stuff, but new 2022, what do we got?
One, it's just so nice to be here. So it's nice to have a little touch of normalcy being back at SHOT Show.
Yeah.
Seeing everybody in person and not in little boxes on
Yeah,
TV screens.
agreed.
So I'll start off with the Sprint Ops. This is it's a standard product for us. It's the 842, 841 Sprint body, but it's linen micarta handle. It's S45 VN steel, and it's the ball bearing. It's just quick and easy and smooth.
Great knife. We've been a big fan of these since they came in. Really cool to see you guys doing some things like that. That's not resting on like just the lineage of your classic models too.
Yeah.
Like doing the flippers like that.
Well, I will say, for steels, we're really careful when we do steels because it takes us years to kind of dial in what the heat treat recipe is going to be, how we optimize performance. So we don't bounce steels very often. So we're a slow buy-in when it comes to, okay, we'll try something else. We'll slip it into more of a collectible piece. So these are limited editions. This one's limited to, we're going to fulfill all orders in 2022. And then when 2022 is over, we'll no longer make this particular variation.
And back to your point, like especially for someone who's going to offer a warranty like Buck does, you want to make sure you're confident in the product, in the steel, and make sure you guys are getting something they can
It's really pointless to take shortcuts when you warranty stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, the action on this feels even better than the sprints I remember. It feels really snappy.
Okay, so next one. We're calling this a bear hit, but it's a 501 Squire. So when we introduced our 500 series, this was the first model in a 4-part series that we introduced. So we took this model, which is and instead of having a bolster on either end, kind of cleared off the back bolster. So it's a linen micarta handle, really has a nice feel to it. So this is another collectible that'll be available all through 2022.
Very cool. Yeah, it almost looks like some old school like ebony woods in a way, which is cool because since you do use that material.
It reminds me of I don't know if it's wangi or wingy, but it was an African hardwood. When I look at that.
Or even almost like bog oak in a way. Yeah, it's really nice. Classy little piece right there. S35 VN on this too. So if you're looking for this in something with a bit more premium steel, you got that option here.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yep, solid.
Very cool.
Okay, this next one. So this is a slip joint. So it's kind of a high-tech gentleman's slip joint. It's called the Saunter, and again, it's another one. It's the S35. Sweet, nice little drop point.
You say people have really been responding to this week.
They have. There's internationally, sometimes there's some prohibitions on lock blades.
Sure.
So this just kind of gives you it's a lighter use because again, it's not the lock blade. It's a good engagement though, so it's not going to close on you when you're not expecting it to. But
especially with the blade shape like this, where the tip is down a little bit. So if you are piercing with it, at least the force is going back towards the spine and not going to close the knife too badly on you.
I just, these things come out. They come out well designed, as we always hope they will.
Right.
But it's just super functional, lightweight, slim, going to be very unimpactful to your pocket. So it's just a slip joint pocket.
And you got
knife.
screw together construction there, so people can take it apart and futz with it.
It's a carbon fiber handle.
Yeah, really nice. Full flat grind. Cool.
So
nice.
This has gotten some pretty good play. And like I said, it's gotten some really good play internationally.
Yeah, I can see that.
So now we're rolling in. I've got a few knives here that I'm going to talk about kind of in concert. So 2022 is the 50th anniversary of the 112 Ranger. So we did the 110 Folding Hunter in 1964. In 1972, we introduced the 112 Ranger. The story behind the Ranger is that being in San Diego as a Navy community. So there was an altercation on board one of the ships with a 110 Folding Hunter. So the rule went out that you could not have a blade longer than 3 inches
And that's
which took the folding hunter out of the picture.
Hence the 112.
So my grandfather invented a 2 7/8 inch folding hunter, basically.
Yeah.
So that's the Ranger, and it's named after the USS Ranger, which happened to be stationed in San Diego at the time.
Is that where the altercation took place, or not that?
I'm not sure on that, but so this is the 50th anniversary of the 112 Ranger. So what we're doing is we're doing our standard 112 all year, but for the year of 2022, we're also doing a special version with the 50th anniversary
the shield
medallion in the handle.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
so we'll be offering that. It's the ebony handle with the medallion. Other than that, it's a standard. It's a different blade stamp, so it'll be unique from the regular 112 all year. But we'll be manufacturing this variation all. It's not limited in quantity, but it's going to be limited in time.
Right. Sure.
It'll be available all through 2022. So I have a couple other projects now that are relative to the 112. So this is the 212. It's a fixed bladed. It's S30V steel. It's ironwood handle, brass button guards, and the brass. It's a different weight. Some people like it, some people don't. But for the folks that like it, it's almost like shooting a heavier gun. As you're cutting with it, the very momentum you have with the weight of the knife smooths out the cut a little bit.
Sure.
Like a heavier gun would absorb some recoil. So it's similar to that. If you like the little more weight in your hand, this is an awesome knife. And this may end up in our standard product line eventually, because I really like
you
the
really
blade
like
shape.
it. Yeah. No, it looks good. I like the deep swedge going on there. It's really nice. I love the ironwood. I mean, such a
between
gorgeous
ironwood
material.
and stag, those are my two favorite natural materials.
Yeah, and to pair that with the new S45 too. That's really cool. Very nice. Leather sheath, I'm assuming.
Leather
with this,
sheath. It'll be a
classic
black
style.
distressed leather sheath.
Distressed, you say?
Distressed leather.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be. It's
a little bit its own thing.
It's sweet. Yep. A little
Cool.
bit its own thing.
Very cool.
So the final 112 collectible this year is it's a throwback. So this is 440C steel, because that's what the 112 was when we introduced it in 1972. No thumb groove, because the original one didn't have a thumb groove. The corners are fairly square, because my grandfather believed that a knife shouldn't turn in your hand when you're using it. So he had very square handles on the knives that he designed. We rounded them since then, but so this is a throwback to that square. It's black micarta handle, which is what this knife was introduced with.
That's pretty cool.
50 years ago.
And it's so cool to see. I mean, for a young gun like myself, who I wasn't around when this knife came out, so like I never knew that this knife didn't always come with wood scales on it.
Yeah.
That's
the original
cool.
was. I can't remember how long we did micarta. Wasn't too long. So those are collectible.
That's
when you
cool.
find the ones with the micarta handle.
That's really cool. And limited to 1,000, it says on here.
Yeah, this one's limited to 1,000 pieces.
Very nice.
It's almost handmade because it's such a different shape than
your
our
normal process.
stuff.
Yeah. Very cool.
So those are the collectibles. So now we can get into some of the everyday carry. So our focus this year has been kind of dialing up and dialing in some everyday carry product. So these are the 110s. This is the 110 Slim Pro, and this is TRX. So what we did, we introduced this knife, S30V steel, carbon fiber handle, slim, lightweight, pocket clip. Only this year we redesigned this to be a screw-together construction. So that's the basic change. It's the same knife as it was before, but it's now screw-together construction.
Yeah. So for the people that didn't like the pin, wanted that adjustability, you've got
that
it
was
now.
Feedback from customers. So that's what. So we're trying. We are listening to you. So we are trying to take feedback we get from the marketplace and incorporate it into a product. So it's green, black, and orange.
G10.
It's available in the 112 size as well. So
I see you slimmed down the pocket clip a little bit.
We altered the pocket clip a little bit. Yeah. So I mean, as a matter of fact, I just dropped it on the floor. I'm gonna show you my everyday carry knife, which happens to be the the 112 TRX.
Well, I mean, the 112 is such a great size, that 3-inch blade length. If you're not needing any real heavier, big jobs, that is so much to get work done with. It's plenty.
So these things they're very non-impactful to your pocket, which my pants appreciate.
Right. Right.
And it's lightweight. You don't even feel it's there. It's fairly easy to deploy and get out and do your thing. And
I'll give you yours back before it winds up somewhere else.
yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the 110 and 112 TRX. So it's the Slim Pro TRX. And they're all S30V steel.
Very nice.
Just super performers. Very, very practical.
Oh, absolutely.
Knives. Very practical
Absolutely.
knives.
And I love that you got the orange version too, because it's still like it's the folding hunter. So you've got that classic kind of outdoor color too. Dig that.
And the last one is the 110 and 112 Sport. So these are a pocket clip version, anodized aluminum bolsters, linen micarta handles. It's the S30V steel, no sheath, and it's just a pocket clip version of a 110 and a 112.
Yeah, pocket
super
clip
lightweight. I mean, you
yeah.
can feel the, you can just feel the weight difference.
Yeah, anyone who's carried a 110 or 112 will know, like, they really appreciate that you guys include a pocket or a belt sheath with it.
Yes.
Because that's where it needs to live. But this, it really changes the character of the knife. It does and it doesn't. Like, you've still got the same girth, you've still got the same grip, but you don't have as much weight to worry about. Love that you're using micarta too. I mean, I'm always a big fan of that material.
I love it. You know, there's an element with this micarta where, because it's the linen element, so linen, resin, when we buff on that, the linen kind of frays a little bit.
Like fluffs a little bit?
So it just gives you, it's just such a nice, hand-friendly feel.
Yeah, I mean,
I really like it.
The cool thing about that is you can go the high polish route or go a route like this, and they're both great. They're both great.
So more of a satin finish, and you just get, it's just a nice feel.
It's tactile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So that's what's new.
Really cool. Really cool to see you guys listening to feedback and continuing to push you guys' material forwards. I love it. I love it. Great stuff.
Awesome.
Folks, let us know what you thought of the knives down in the comments. And if you want to get your hands on these, if they're not available yet at KnifeCenter, they will be very soon. So we'll have a link in the description down below to take you over there. In the meantime, keep sticking around for more SHOT Show coverage. CJ, thank you so very much.
Thanks, man.
Really appreciate your time.